I say never ask, never get a lot. And the reason I say it so much is it's so important to your success. A lot of people don't realize that 92% of sales happen after the fourth follow up. Only 8% of salespeople ever go there. So you will massively increase your success if you remember that and if you follow up and if you remember to never ask, never get. And let me give you a couple examples of that happened this past week. The first is Rachel. Rachel had put together a start of a board with an excellent chairman, very well known, had great rapport. And then this week she got what to many would be a devastating email that his eyes were bigger than his stomach. He had too many commitments. He liked their project, but he was going to have to step away from that. He did say in that he would be an informal advisor. So Rachel and I talked about that. We talked about whether it made sense to send him an email just saying we understand, thank you, we'll keep in touch in the future, or if we're going to go ahead and ask. So what Rachel did was to send an email that said she understood his time pressures and that we would love to have him on a board of advisors, informal, on call basically. And he wrote back and said that he would do that. So turned a situation that was incredibly negative and oftentimes demoralizing into a positive. Whether he's chairman or whether he is on a board of advisors, she's still going to be able to use a great bio. She'll also be able to explain that to other people on our board, that he didn't quit and leave. He's still there, but the role changed. And what she wrote back to me was, I asked her what she learned from this. And she said, oh, for sure, talking about a couple of comments I made, his name is still connected to the project, which is a massive win. It sure is. It's also a coup, an easy way to sell him no longer being chairman to others I have spoken to. Lessons? You won't get it if you don't ask, absolutely. Look for ways to turn obstacles into positives. A bump in the road isn't the death blow it feels. And then I like what she wrote. She wrote, as much as I hate it, this is all good fun. I mean, I'm sure I will encounter worse than this in the future. Cheers, Rachel. And she's right. She will encourage and see more of this in the future. But you find that your attitude towards it and your ability to deal with it improves with each of these, hopefully, if you're someone who's going to stick it out. And the second was from Ray. Ray has worked hard to put a board together, finally got a chairman he thought was a good fit. And unfortunately, the chairman had other things on his plate, very similar to Rachel's. Ray had set up a system by which all board members have to respond within 12 hours to an email within the group. Doesn't mean you have to do the work, but you at least have to acknowledge it. This person was having a terrible time doing that. This is still a honeymoon period, so Ray wanted to confront him about that. And I'm going to drop his name out, but he wrote to me and he said, I spoke to so-and-so today, and he's writing to me, and I want to thank you for helping with the wording I used during my call with him. I also want to thank you for repeatedly driving home the point that we are building an exclusive club and that we should keep that in mind when interviewing board members, professional advisors, and banks. Equipped with the above, I believe it helped me to come across to so-and-so in a professional manner that made it clear that I am not playing around. As the subject of the email says, he is out. His response is below. Don't really need to read his response. But I think the thing is that a lot of times you end up getting board members and you think it's by luck and that, oh, you could never get another board member like this again. The truth is that you can. And the truth is that oftentimes when a negative presents itself, look for the ways to turn that into a positive. Rachel absolutely did this. It would have been easy to just say he's out, let him go, and move on. But found a way to keep him involved in the project, and that will serve tremendous benefits to both her venture and to Rachel personally, I believe. So I hope that helps. You're never out of the fight, as a lot of people end up saying in good situations. that appear bad that they turn good. Okay, I hope that helps. Again, if you're looking for information, great place to do that is brucewhipple.com. There's free information there. There's information on courses, et cetera, et cetera. But one thing overall is remember, never ask, never get. And I think it'll serve you very, very well.